So quickly, we are going to look at what FTL Africa is all about. And on the slide here, FTL Africa, empowering Africans to lead in technology and innovation. Our vision is to empower Africans where in Africa or the diaspora to lead in technology, AI, and innovation, bridging local challenges with global opportunities and building a legacy of pride, purpose, and progress. Our cultural pillars include the following: excellence, local roots, global standard, that's what we stand for. We have integrity, ethics in all we build. Then we have relevance, solutions tailored for Africa. We have discipline, consistency breeds excellence. And then the last one is innovation, powering tomorrow with ideas. So let's move to our core values. Part 1, innovation for impact. We have inclusivity and representation. Everyone belongs and contributes. Then we have integrity and ethics, transparency and trust at all core. Then we have core values, part 2, collaboration and community. Together we go far. Then we have leadership with purpose, bold, clear-eyed, and responsible leaders. That's what we are building. Then we have excellence in action, doing great work every time. How we work, that's our cultural practices, part 1. Global, local mindsets, thinking globally, acting locally. We have hands-on learning and collaboration. We learn by doing and grow by sharing. Then we have ethical leadership development. So for the second one, the part 2, how we work, our cultural practices, how we work. The first one is continuous feedback. We encourage continuous feedback and growth. We encourage milestone celebration. We encourage accessibility and support. So we have commitment to global Africans. Our first commitment here is supporting Africans. That's Africans in the diaspora and on the continent. Secondly, breaking barriers in tech and innovation. The last commitment we have here is building identity, building a strong, empowered African identity. Our legacy. We are building leaders, leaving behind more technology. Secondly, inspiring generations and impacts. And the last legacy we seek to achieve is excellence, setting new standards. Join us, be part of refining African leadership in technology, learn, build, lead. So that's what we stand for. Quickly, let me stop sharing. Let's move to the next agenda. So at this time, I'll be introducing our guest speaker shortly before we take the first section. So a brief profile of our guest speaker. Our guest speaker is Solomon Niyi Adesubukun. He is a dynamic entrepreneur and AI engineer with 8 years of experience designing and deploying intelligent software solutions with roots in food security and a lifelong tech passion. He expertly marries domain insight with cutting-edge AI to drive real-world impact. His key strengths include the following: AI and software mastery, build scalable ML pipelines and control, and conversational agents using Python, TensorFlow, and MLOps best practices. Secondly, entrepreneurial vision. Founded AgriGlow Analytics, empowering smallholder farmers through precision agriculture, analytics, and decision support tools. Lastly, he's human-centered innovator. He champions responsible AI, prioritizing fairness, transparency, and social benefits in every project. Solomon Niyi unique blend of technical depth, business acumen, and suitable tech expertise makes him a standout leader and mentor in African AI ecosystem. So let's make welcome our guest speaker.
Okay, good evening. Good evening, everyone. My name is Adeshiboko Solomon Lee. I'm here today to present to you on the introduction to prompt engineering. Can you hear me, please?
Yes, we can hear you, sir.
Okay, please, can I go ahead, or there are
Yes,
other
sir, you
things?
can go ahead. You can have the floor. You can have the floor.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. I would like to share my screen now so that we can flow. Okay. Okay. Please hold on. Okay. Can you all see my screen? Hello? Hello?
Yes, sir, your screen is visible.
Okay, visible. Okay, good. Okay. First of all, today's course is about an introduction to prompt engineering. Okay, so how many of us have heard about prompt engineering? Okay. Okay. I would like us to be a bit interactive as we go on. It's not just about raising up your hands. We would like to hear each other's voice so that we can actually flow together. Okay. So one person raised up their hand. Okay, that's fine. Only one person have heard about prompt engineering. Okay, good. If that is the case, then I would like to start this way. Prompt engineering. Can you all see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Hello? Okay, can you see my PowerPoint presentation?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, so prompting is the process of providing specific instructions to a Gen AI tool to receive new information or to achieve a desired outcome on a task. Okay, I'm going to take that again slowly. Prompting is the process of providing specific instruction to a Gen AI tool. A Gen AI tool like ChatGPT, Gemini, Claude. Okay, it's the process of instructing them clearly to receive new information from them or to achieve a desired outcome on a task. So basically, It simply means that in order for you to be able to use your AI, you need to have a task at mind. You must have something you intend to achieve also in mind. So there are actually five framework, or let me say there is a 5-step framework for achieving a good prompt when you communicate with a Gen AI tool. Okay, the first part is task. The second part is context. The third part is reference. The fourth one is evaluate and evaluation, and the fifth one is iterate. Task is actually what you want to achieve. Okay, so then the context could be how you want the AI to present information. Okay, you are giving it more like a framework on how you want it to handle the problem. Okay, for example, you might say pose like a math teacher, or pose as a math teacher and solve this problem 2 plus 2. So he's going to channel his mind or his brain or whatever it is, okay, to being a math teacher. So he's going to explain the process. He's going to explain the process using mathematical terms. So in other words, it's going to be focusing on that context of mathematics. Okay, so that's how it works. So for references, okay, is maybe when you instruct an AI and you are having a little difficulty defining everything you intend to say to the AI. Okay, so you already have a picture or maybe a sample of what you want your output to be like. Okay, you do not want your output to be exactly like that input you are putting, like maybe the image or the song or any document you are attaching to the AI, but you want the AI to use it as a reference point. That is, you want it to be able to relate with what you want it to be able to relate with that information that you are giving to it, so that it can give you a better output. So that's what reference stands for here. So right now, um, I want to move on to the next one. So the next one here is going to be evaluation. So here on evaluation, it is crucial for all of us to have it at the back of our mind that our first prompt will not be always correct. Okay, what the AI will first of all give you in the first instance won't always be, might not be exactly what you like. So in this evaluation, at this evaluation point, what you need to do is to fine-tune the output of of the AI to give you more of what you want. So it is you cross-checking what the output of the AI is, and then fine-tuning it to ensure that it gives you a better result. So in iteration, the next framework is iteration. Iteration means if the AI is still not understanding or getting what you want, you can just use a little scenario to help explain it to the AI so that it can actually get what you want. Okay, so I think that is that. So I would like to also point out here that there are actually about 5 types of prompting. Okay, but for this introduction, about 6 types of prompting, anyways. Okay, uh, 3 of them are advanced. Okay, they will be too much for this level. Okay, but I'm just going to touch on the first 3 ones that are that can easily be understandable by my by you here. So first of all, we have what we call zero shot prompting. Okay, we have zero shot prompting. Okay, this is when you ask an AI model to perform a task without providing any specific example. Okay, so in this situation, the model is going to rely on its pre-trained knowledge. Okay, it's just going to look at its database and give you something it feels you might want. Okay, and many cases, it could be something like a direct instruction or a question. For example, you can ask it to translate hello world in French. Okay, it's just going to do that for you. Okay, and then at the same time, it could also be a situation where uh, you might just need it to say, write me a short poem. Write me a short poem about the heavy rainfall that just occurred in Umaya. Okay, it's just going to go through, check his database, check online to see if it can gather information about that, and then write about that poem. Okay, so the second type of prompting that we have is what we call the few shot prompting. Okay, in this few shot prompting, okay, it's a situation in which you give a context to the AI. Okay, you demonstrate a desired output, just like my former explanation when I mentioned that you can give it an image and tell it to use this image to get your final output. So this is what this is just a good example of that kind of prompting. It's called a few shot prompting. So it's such that you impute a series of input or output pairs followed by a new input for which you want the output. A good example is you might say 1 plus 1 is equals to 2, okay, and you can say 2 plus 2 is equals to 4. So you can now ask it, what is 100 plus 100? It will now tell you 200. In this situation, it's more like you are giving it an example so that you can use the example to work out a more difficult problem. Okay, so once you've given it an example of what you want, okay, the AI can actually use that and then use it to get exactly the right output that you want. So the third one is a bit advanced, but at least it's good for this level. Okay, it's what we call a chain of thought prompting. Chain of thought is a situation where you encourage the AI model to break down complex problems into a series of intermediate reasoning steps. Okay, this can significantly improve the accuracy of the answers or the output you get from any multi-step task that you give the tool. Okay, so for example, anytime you want to use a chain of thought prompting, okay, let the AI be aware. You can always include the prompt, let's think step by step, okay, or you can also provide examples that show step by step reasoning to the AI, and it will be able to help solve that very problem. Okay, for example, you can say I'm just citing an example now, that there's a certain store that sold 15 apples on Monday, then 20 apples on Tuesday. And now you can ask it, if each apple costs 5 cents, or let's say 5 naira. Okay, so you can ask it, what was the total revenue from the apple sales? Then you now say, let's think step by step. So what it will do, what the model will do, or what the model will actually do is that it's going to calculate the total numbers of the apples that were sold. Okay, it's going to add 15 plus 20, and that will give you 35. And at the same time, it will now come back to tell you that you have a total of 35 apples that were sold between Monday and Tuesday. And if each apple is sold for 5 naira, it simply means that you're going to multiply 35 apples by 5 naira. That will give you 17 naira. Okay, 17 naira 50 kobo for your total revenue, and that will be what the final answer the AI is going to give to you. So that is that about crafting, or when you craft writing instructions for an AI, as in order to be able to get the output, the real output that you want. So basically, also all these frameworks that we just mentioned can also help improve the output that is given to you by the AI. Okay, so, and that is one vital skill that is needed across industry. In other words, you can use AI across any form of sector. Okay, so where can we use prompting? Okay, prompting can be used for content creation, for writing blogs, for writing posts, depending on what you need it for. Okay, so we can use it. We can build customer support chatbots, and also we can use it in producing productivity tools like emails. We can have bots. We can use prompts to develop bots that can help us with writing emails. That can, if many of you use Gmail, you would have seen those little bots. They are not announcing themselves as bots, but you can see them there. They would always want to just help you with writing a specific response when you have an email. They can also help you with planning and all that. So they can also help with business analytics and code generation. And then you can also use it for education, tutoring, and also what translation. So moving on to the next slide. We already discussed this, the anatomy of a good prompt. Okay, in this situation, there are times you give the AI a context or like a framework that, okay, imitate a marketing expert, imitate a math teacher, imitate a psychologist, and you give it a clear instruction. And then you can say, okay, if you're going to hello, I think somebody is interrupting the class. Okay, so you can also let it know what format or what tone or what length you want the output to be. Okay, for example, okay, let me share my, okay, I think possibly, please help me if I'm up for the break. Please let me know. Please just send me a message so that I would know. Okay, is that fine?
Yes, sir,
Blessing,
it's fine. You just have 4 minutes left to round up this
for
section, sir.
this section? Okay, good. Okay, fine. So basically we can also like I said earlier, a good example here is that you can write a 3-line motivational quote for young African leaders in a friendly tone. Okay, here we define the tone friendly, and we are defining the constraint. That is, it must not be more than 3-line motivational quotes. Okay, and the length is trying to say, okay, it has to be short. Okay, because you already mentioned it from the word here, 3-line. So these are some constraints we can give to it so that it can help channel or help the AI focus on what output you want. Then the audience here is what African leaders. So that's a good way, or a very short way we can we can write a very good prompt. Okay, so I think when we come back, we will look at the leadership side of AI or using AI. Okay, so thank you very much. Blessing, you can take over from here.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. That
Yeah.
was a wonderful section. Moving forward, we are just going to take a short break. It's going to last for 10 minutes. This is 6:42. So when it is 6:50, we are going to come back for the next section. So quickly, as a way of reflection, this first session talks about prompting. So let's just reflect on it. And then my team, we are going to drop a form for volunteers and for mentors. So as a way of leading Africa with AI, innovation, and leadership, let's fill the form. Let's fill the volunteer form and then the mentorship form. Which of them that is okay with you, you can just fill it up and thank you. Yes. Okay, the forms are on the charts already. You can check your charts now. Forms are there, the volunteer form and the mentorship form. You can check them now and start filling it. Thank you. Okay, welcome back from the break. Let's make welcome our guest speaker again for the second section, which is leading with curiosity and empathy. So, sir, you have 40 minutes for this second session. Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you. Okay, I want to share my screen now. Okay, can you all see my screen? Can you all see? Okay,
Yes,
good.
sir. Yes.
Okay, fine. Okay, fine. First of all, today we will be looking at AI, empathy mapping for AI-driven solution. Okay, well, for this section, we'll be looking at how you lead yourself with AI. Okay, and how you can use AI to solve problems of others. Okay, when you want to solve people's problem, you need to understand them. You need to listen to them. You need to be able to think as they think. You need to actually be able to speak their language. You must be able to do the things they do, and you must be able to feel the pain they feel. Okay, or maybe the joy they feel. Okay, so what empathy simply means is being your ability to listen with intent to the feelings of other people, or feelings or emotions of other people, so that you can be able to interpret their problem properly and then use AI to solve them. That way, it will help improve your leadership. Okay, now, or basically, it's going to help you create human-centered AI prompts, and also to create solutions that will resonate with people who literally need that very solution. Okay. Okay, let me give you an example from my own organization. my organization is AgriGrow Analytics, and what we do is we use AI and data analytics to solve farmers' problems. Okay, and we work through a platform where we get a lot of how will I put it, data, analyze it, and inform farmers on what they need to be doing part time in order to be able to increase yield, increase their increase their profits. Okay, those are the two major things that are the problems of many farmers in Nigeria. Then a third perspective that we are looking at is that lots of farmers are not planting right, they're not applying the fertilizers right, they're not. So what I'm trying to say here is just to give you an example. When we wanted to start, we had to go to farmers and then talk to them. What are the problems? What are the things you face in what are the outcomes you would like to see? Okay, so being able to understand them when we went on for our research gave us an understanding of what their real problem is and what they expect to be able to get. Okay, any farmer that is planting to make profit. Okay, and also to be able to ensure that their cost of input is low. Okay, those are the two challenges that they are having. And then it's only talking to them, understanding how they feel, how they reason, what the solution we do for them. That was when we're able to create a solution that will work best for their own scenario. So we have to interview, if you are solving any problem in the society, you need to relate with the people that has that problem, understand them, then you now come back and use AI to develop the solutions for them. And that is what this session is all about, and how you use it to lead yourself. Because when empathy is a skill that every leader must have. It gives you the ability to be able to listen to everything anybody says, whether it is useless, whether it is useful, whether it's in line with what you want or not with what you want. Okay, empathy is all about patience with the other person. So, and it's a quality leadership skill everybody must use. Must have, I mean to say. So, in that situation, okay, when we are able to do this, we can be able to map the problems and then shape solutions using AI-driven context for achieving those solutions. And the reason why why we are bringing this forward is to help you understand that when you have a good understanding of how the problem owner thinks or feels, it can also be able to help you create or craft very, very effective prompts when you intend to create your own solution. Okay, so I hope that works well for our. I hope that is understandable for everyone. Okay, so right here, please, I would like to know if you guys understand what I said. Can I just get some
Yes, sir.
thumbs up? Okay.
Okay.
Blessing. Okay. Is there any other person who understands who understood what I said? Okay. Okay. Somebody else. Okay. Fine. Okay. So a group activity I think we should take home is we can try to create prompts using personnel. Okay. Personnel means mimicking a person or mimicking a real person. Okay, so you can create two useful prompts for a choosing persona. For example, you can say pose as a teacher. Teach me about the respiratory system of the human body. It's going to teach you. It's going to teach you step by step. Like yesterday, I was reading a certain document. It was on economics and statistics. a good understanding of, when I noticed I didn't have a good understanding of what is being said, okay, can you all hear me?
Yes, sir.
Hello? Oh, okay, good. Okay, I went to Gemini and I said, I don't know if I still have it. I don't know if I can still if I can open it. I told it, explain this concept to me like a 10-year-old. You need to see the way it oversimplified the situation for me, and then breaking down everything for me as if I really did not know anything. And at the end of the day, I got to understand that very statistics and documents at the end of our discussion. Because when at some point, okay, let me see if I can show you how to prompt. Okay, let me use the, okay, let me use this. I'm going to reshare my screen so that you can see my, you can see my, you can see my, how I use prompts. So I'm trying to, let me share my screen. Okay. Okay, can you see my screen? Can you all see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. I'm going to I'm going to fire out GPT, and I'm also going to fire up Gemini. Okay, so as you can see, four tabs here on Gemini. I'm sorry, on GPT. It has a search module which allows you to be able to search online, and you also can see where it asks you to. It tells you, allows you to be able to think. It allows you to be able to reason before it responds. So you can see, if you can see the snippet that comes out, it says think before responding. And this one is for deep research. Okay, in case you want to do something deep. Okay, this is for creating images, and the rest is for maybe initiating a canvas in case you intend to write code. That's what this one is all about. So let's say um, like the prompt I have before, we can say, I mentioned one prompt. I mentioned one prompt that I mentioned about how will I put it now? The store. I'm putting it in GPT now. I'm putting that prompt here in GPT, and I'm saying, let me say our store. Okay. So you can ask it to reason. Can you all see my screen, please? Can you all
Yes,
see my
sir.
screen? Okay, good. Okay,
Yes.
so okay. So uh so I'm asking it what was the total revenue. Now I could say, then I'm asking it, let's think step by step. Okay, so that can reflect in its output. So you can see it's coming up, it's trying to think. Now it's breaking it down, and it's telling me Monday 15 apples times $5 makes the $7.50, and then on Tuesday that, and then when he added that together, he gave me 17.50. Now let's put the same thing in Gemini. Let's see how Gemini handles it. Okay, I mean Gemini. Let me use Gemini 2.0. This is high powered or something. So for normal everyday tasks, you can use Gemini 2.0 Flash. Okay, and if you intend to go a little bit deeper, you can use other formats. We have other formats here. You have 2.5 Flash. This one takes you on the deeper reasoning context. context window. Let me put it that way. Then you can also have 2.5 Pro. This one is for maybe when you want to do mathematics, complex mathematics. You want it to explain complex mathematics to you, and then you also want to write code. Okay, and this one is based on your web search. Okay, there are other tools. There are different ways to use them. You can use, for example, I can ask 2.5 Pro or 2.5 to do this simple thing for us. It's 2 mega. It's just like telling me to carry a ant for it's too small. Okay, so depending on how difficult or the complexity of the problem you have, that's when you can use this models. So we are using the smallest model, which is absolutely fine. Okay, so let's see how Gemini handles it. So you can see for ChatGPT, it did Monday's revenue separately. It did it separately and multiplied it with the price of the apple. Okay, and he did for Tuesday separately. Then he now did addition of the two, and it gave us 17.5. Now on Gemini, okay, what he did is that, all right, let's break. You see, Gemini is even more conversational. He said, all right, let's break this down step by step. First, let's figure out total number of apples sold. Total apples sold on Monday plus apples sold on Tuesday. Total apples sold equals 15 plus 20 equals 35 apples. Next, we know the cost of each apple as cost per apple is 50 cents. Finally, to find the total revenue, we multiply the total number of apples sold by the cost per apple. Total revenue is going to be total apples sold times cost of apple, and that is 35. That's total revenue is going to be 35 times 50 cents, and the total revenue is going to be 17.5. You can see both of them arrived at the same answer. Okay, but now I'm going to ask you guys, which of the two of them do you think is more friendly with their explanation? Which is it Gemini? Is it ChatGPT? Which of them? Which
It's
of them do you
Gemini
think
stuff.
is Gemini? Okay, does anybody have a contradiction to Gemini? Is there any contradiction? Okay. I would prefer if we are all interactive in the class. Let's speak. Okay, good. Are you supporting Gemini, or Rachel, are you supporting Gemini, or you are supporting ChatGPT? Okay, please. Okay, do you want to ask a question? Rachel,
Okay,
your
she's
hand is up.
supporting Gemini.
Okay,
Sorry,
she's supporting
ChatGPT.
Gemini.
She's
Oh,
supporting ChatGPT.
okay,
Then
can
Mary
she
is
talk?
supporting Gemini. Yes.
Okay. Why? Okay. Although they both arrive at the same answer, but who is supporting GPT?
Rachel.
Rachel, can you tell us why you feel GPT is better than Gemini? Can you talk? Can you unmute and talk? Rachel, can you unmute and talk? Okay. If that is the case, but I feel now, let me just give you an example. Let me give you maybe from experience. I understand that there are some math issues GPT cannot handle. I've used GPT. I've used ChatGPT for some time now. I have a very good experience with it. GPT is good for writing words. It's not very good at mathematics or any other, but Gemini is still also fairly good, okay, at mathematics and others. Okay, so basically, yeah, let me see if I can. Okay, okay. Let's see. We are talking about empathy mapping here. So I'm trying to use a prompt for a teacher here. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to ask Gemini. I said, pose as a biology teacher. As a biology teacher, explain to me the respiratory. Explain to me the respiratory system. 5 bullet points. In 5 bullet points, like a 10-year-old. Like a 10-year-old kid. 10-year-old kid. I'm asking Gemini to do that. So that's why you're giving. So let's see what Gemini is saying. So Gemini is saying, hey there, future biologists, let's talk about how our bodies breathe like a how our bodies breathe like a superhero power that keeps us going. Imagine your body has special tubes like straws called airways. These airways start at your nose and mouth, where the air comes in. Think of it as the entrance to an air adventure. Okay, the air then travels down bigger tubes called the trachea, which is like the main road for the air. Sometimes we call it the windpipe. The trachea splits into 2 smaller tubes called bronchi. One going to each of your lungs. Your lungs are 2 big, squishy, sponges inside your chest. Okay, it tells you where it is. Inside your lungs, the bronchi keep splitting into even thinner tubes, like branches on a tree. At the very end of these tiny tubes are tiny air sac alveoli. These sacs are super important because this is where the air you breathe in gives your blood the oxygen it needs to zoom around your body and give you energy. Then, when it's time to breathe out, your lungs squeeze, and the air now full of stuff your body doesn't need goes back up those tubes and out of your nose or mouth. It's like the air returns trip after its important mission. You can see how Gemini makes it very funny and making it very easy to understand. So let's see what what GPT is giving us. He said, all right, class, let's learn how we breathe. Here are 5 big ideas about the respiratory system. Number 1, point 1, air goes in through your nose or mouth. So when you sniff or take a deep breath, you are letting fresh air enter your body. So now the second part is the windpipe is like a slide. The air travels down a tube called the trachea. Okay, he tried to explain how to the pronunciation trachea. This is like a big, which is like a big leading, which is like a slide leading straight to your lungs. Now, lungs are big sponges. Inside your chest, you've got 2 soft, squishy lungs that soak up oxygen from the air you breathe in. Tiny sacs do the work. In the lungs are millions of little sac called alveoli, where oxygen jumps into your blood and carbon dioxide jumps out. Okay. The diaphragm is your breath engine. Under your lungs is a big muscle called the diaphragm. When it moves down, your lungs fill up. When it moves up, it pushes air out. That's how you breathe in fresh air and breathe out the stuff your body doesn't need. So guys, tell me, which one do you think is more explanatory, Gemini or GPT? Hello?
Yes, sir. Gemini.
Gemini.
For me, Gemini.
Gemini.
Gemini, right? You can see we gave
Yes,
them the
sir.
same thing to explain, right?
Yes.
So you can see Gemini did a good job. Okay.
Yeah.
Now
Separating sound.
let's assume we don't know about Gemini and what we are used with, or the only tool we have is GPT. Another way to fine-tune this prompt is to say, give me more details on each process. Then you can tell it, use biological terms. We are not going to read it. I'm just trying to explain to you that sometimes when you use the AI, okay, it might not give you exactly what you want. So there's a way you are going to improve your prompt just from the output it already gave you. So that's what I'm trying to do here. Give me more details on each process, use biological terms. So now it's going to give me an output that is better than what it gave me before. So you see, now it gave us more details. Okay, more details, but I'm not going to read it. Okay, so you can actually go out there and then try it by yourself. So it's going to give you better details. You can even tell it, teach me as if I'm an undergraduate. Okay, it's going to just teach you. So that is that for this. So let me rush back to our slide. Okay, I'm going to stop sharing now. We're going to rush back to our slide. So where is our slide? Okay, so I would like to ask every one of you. I would like to start from Rachel. What would you be doing this week with AI? This week, what would you do? Just a short response. Just say what you'll be using this week. I will use AI or I will use Gemini or ChatGPT to learn how to prompt, or use it to learn how to sell or how to plant cucumber in Nigeria. So something along that line. So Blessing, I want you to help me with the time. Okay, let me know how long I have left and why we ask the questions. Okay, Rachel, over to you.
Okay.
Okay. In fact, not even this week. I think I should use tomorrow. I will use AI
Tomorrow.
to generate my research questions.
Well, you need to be specific when you're doing that. What kind of research questions is that? Well, you need to be specific. When you're giving an AI a task, you need to be specificity is important. Clarity is also important so that you can get the best output.
So, okay, tomorrow I'll be using AI to generate.
No, you need to say which kind of AI you'll be using. There are different kind of AI. Okay,
Obviously,
is it
ChatGPT.
Gemini? Is it GPT? Is it Claude?
Yeah, I
Okay.
mostly use ChatGPT. So, okay, tomorrow I'll be using ChatGPT to generate specifically interview question tailored at digital innovation in Nigeria.
Okay, good. That's fine. That's good. So when you do that, you say it's going to give you it's going to give you a lot of guidance, and then from there you can reiterate. Okay, so who's the next person? Who's the next person? We want you to give an example of how you lead using
So
curiosity
just before
or
that, you have 30 minutes left.
13 minutes left. Okay, okay. So
30
okay,
minutes
let me.
left. 13.
Okay. Okay, if I'm having 30 minutes left, that's fine. Okay, so I think that this is the last slide, anyways. So we'll wrap up soon. That's exactly this is the last slide I'm having. So it's just a discussion. So can we have somebody else tell us how we are going to um, lead this week or tomorrow or tonight with AI? How can you use it to for curiosity or empathic action? For example, let me say, um, like what we just did the last time is just we using it for curiosity's sake. We don't know how we breathe. We want to understand how we breathe. So we're asking AI, we're asking GPT or Gemini to pose as a biology teacher and teach us how we breathe. Okay, so we are asking the question out of what? Curiosity. So I'm sure there's not just, we do not have just one curious person in this class. So let's see how you want to use AI to achieve or to learn more about a curious thing you're thinking about, or how you want to use it for for solving a particular problem. That's what we call empathy action. So can we quickly do that? Somebody else apart from Rachel. Blessing. Blessing. I mean Rachel apart from Rachel and Blessing. Someone else from the class. How would you be leading with AI today? Or tomorrow or next week? Somebody else. I don't
This is Mary.
Mary. Welcome. Okay.
Yes, Mary, thank you. So,
Yeah.
actually, first thing tomorrow morning, I have a
Okay.
very, let me say, critical report that I need to do. And I was
Okay.
wondering how best I can actually come up with an idea on how to make it more easier, more analytical, more understandable, like eye catching. So I think I'm gonna use Gemini tomorrow, give it more prompts so that I can see how best it can actually produce the report for me.
Okay, okay, Mary, when you want to use an AI, okay, or you want to use any AI
Yes.
tool, okay, you need to
Okay.
have the problem. You need to have the problem. You have discussed the output. You've described the output of what you want, but you have not focused on the problem. You see, if the AI does not understand the problem you are trying to solve, it already knows you're trying to write a report, okay, but it does not understand
Yeah.
the problem you want to solve. So you need to think
Okay.
from problem, description, clear description, then output. Now, in your own
Yeah.
situation, you are you the kind of prompting you are looking at is a few short prompting, a situation in which you already know what you want, okay, and you are saying, okay,
Yeah.
you want it to give you an output that is eye-catching, creative, and then uh, and all that,
Precise.
okay. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
precise. Yes, so it's more like creating a PowerPoint slide, right? So what is the problem?
Yeah.
Define what the problem is and give us an example of how you want to use this prompt tomorrow.
Nice, because I'm into marketing. I'm the head of
Okay.
that is a marketing in my company, a real estate company. So
Okay.
we are doing a sales and marketing report of the sales team to understand, trying to gauge like the leads that were generated, then allocated to them. And we have a CRM, how many of those leads
Okay.
that were allocated to them, how many they have been input into the CRM and are up to date, you know.
Okay.
So per salesperson, like for example, I'm using Solomon. So like Solomon, we generated like 1,000 leads for you.
Okay.
Maybe from the 1,000, maybe 200 were from USA, 30 were from Kenya, 500 came from Nigeria. So we want to
Okay.
understand, out of these leads given to you, how many have you imported to the CRM and how many have you actually like
Converted.
transitioned to an actual, yes,
Yeah.
converted to an actual sale and actual site
Yeah.
visits. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So how would you prompt the AI to help you with that?
Wow.
First of all, yes. First of all, you give it the data. Okay, let me help you. First of all, you
Definitely.
give it the
Yes.
data. Yes. First of all, you
Okay.
give it the data. Okay.
Okay.
Once you've given it the data, then you tell it to help you represent it in a clear,
Okay.
eye-catchy manner. Okay. Or
Okay.
you can say, first of all, you can say, okay, this is the data, explain this data to me. It's going to explain it. When it explains it to you, then you cannot give it the next instruction. Take this, structure this output in a table, structure this output in a graph. Although structure this output, it may tell you it does not know how to plot a graph. Okay, you can now tell it, give me a tool, a free
It
AI
also
tool that can
does.
help with plotting graphs. Okay, are you
Okay.
getting it? That's
Yeah.
how you do it until you get the perfect result you want. Okay,
Okay. Sure.
so
Sure.
whatever it's giving you that you do not understand, ask it to help you out. Okay,
Okay.
so
Sure.
it's
Yeah.
going to be able to help you. Okay, so
Yeah.
somebody else,
Thank,
I think we'll take one more
thank you.
person. Yeah, thank you,
Thank
Mary.
you.
Where are you joining from?
Kenya.
Kenya. Okay, good. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have one more person who I would like you to share how you're going to use an AI tool tomorrow, or today, or tonight, anytime. One other person apart from Mary, Rachel, Blessing. One more person, so that I can hand over, I can wrap up the lesson and then move on, allow Blessing to take over. One more person.
And also, sir, please, sorry, sir, sorry. If any of them
Yeah.
have questions, they can bring it up
Okay,
now.
please. Okay. If you have questions from everything we've discussed, please feel free to ask. Feel free to ask. Ask your question. Feel free to ask your questions, or somebody should just give us an example of how they're going to be using an AI tool tonight, or tomorrow, or next week, or this week. Okay. Is there somebody else on this call apart from Blessing, Mary, Rachel? Do I have to call somebody? I'm seeing Wumi here. I'm
Hello,
seeing. Okay, Wumi. Well done. Okay.
thank you. So I'm
Yeah.
a front-end developer, and I would like to ask AI how I can use AI to code.
Code. Okay, good. If you're going to use AI to code, there are actually several tools that you can use. Though some of them are paid, okay, and then some of them there are ones you can use for free, but you need to set them up. Okay. For example, I don't know if I can. Let me quickly share my screen. Let me quickly share my screen and let me take you to. Let me quickly share my screen. Let me take you to two favorite ones that I like. Okay. Can you all see my screen?
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Okay. So many times I like Firebase. Firebase. So this Firebase. Okay. So you can use Firebase, you can use Replit, you can use Lovable. There are many. There are many of it. So if you're going to start with Firebase, I'm just opening this in a new one. I think on my other browser here, it's just like I'm not sharing the whole of my screen, but I would have showed you. I created a small app some time ago on Firebase here. We have another one. We have Lovable. Lovable. Right here, you can just tell it what you want it to, what you want it to create for you. Okay. Wumi, can you give us an example of what you want to create? Just give us a slight examples. You can see there's a place to put your prompt here. If you can see my screen, there's a place to put your prompt here. Okay, and it will generate it for you. Okay, so okay, this is one that I did before. Okay, I just asked it to. Okay, it's taking a bit of time. I asked it to do. I was just playing with it, anyways. So I was just playing with it, and I just asked it to develop something for me. I think it's
Okay, do you have to create a website about an eatery or probably a restaurant?
create a website. Let's see, create a website about.
For my
Say that again.
to create a website, restaurant website.
Okay, create a restaurant. Create a restaurant website, right? Right? Is
Yes,
that correct? Is that all?
yes.
What
Make
features do
it
you want? Make it
a fast food,
make it what?
a
Make it
fast food,
what?
a fast
Make it
food,
a fast
a
food
fast food restaurant.
fast food. Create a fast food restaurant a restaurant. Let's say put it this way, fast food. Fast food. Fast food website. Okay. So just for time's sake, let's just quickly ask it to develop this. It's asking me to sign in or sign up. Okay, let's say I want to quickly sign up with Google. Okay. Can you all see my screen, right? Okay, let's say I'm doing that with okay, let's say in Gile, Nigeria. Okay, it's continuing. So it's going to give me access now. I'm just going to choose this as random so that it can allow us. Okay, so that you can quickly see how it works. They say create again, create for me a fast
A
food.
fast food restaurant.
Oh, okay. I think it already started.
Okay.
So it's spinning. It's already started working. So it's spinning up a review. It's working. If you look at this side, you can see it's saying it's working. It's trying to upload all those things that it's trying to do. It's trying to also upload. So I love to create. You can see I love to create a vibrant, appetizing fast food restaurant website for you. This brings to mind colorful burgers, join like Five Guys, the playful branding, that, and we are not going to have time to read everything, but it's already writing this for you. Okay, so already writing is putting up the index.css. You are a web designer, so you know what index.css is. So it's already doing that. So let's give it some time. Let's see if this is the central. I think I already developed it on another. Let's just give it time to do all those things. Okay, so I'm trying to see if I it's the central. I think I already developed this. It already gave me this Educentra on another of my browser. So let's use the same prompt that you use here. Let's see the one that is faster. Create a restaurant fast food website, right? Let's see. Let's just say, let's tell it. Prototype with AI. So it's going to start. So this one is already starting. Firebase, we are trying to see which one is faster. So this one is already creating your menu. It's already told you some of the things it is going to put: a hero section, a featured menu section, about section, location and hours, like that. For design, it said it's going to use colors, vibrant red and yellow, bold, appetizing headline, readable body text, UI elements. So it's already building the website. So this is starting up. It's trying to analyze what you asked it. So it's going to start. In a moment now, it's going to come up and then start. So this is already building your, you can see here, if you see here, you can notice it's using React, right? Wumi, can you hear me?
Yes. Yeah, I can see it.
Yes, you can see it's using TypeScript and React. So
Yeah.
let's see. Yeah, let's see. I'm trying to see. I don't know if you'll be able to give us more time to quickly see this demo. Blessing, do we have permission for a little more time? So quick bites. So it's already giving us everything it's going to use. You can see Gemini, sorry, Firebase coming up. So I'll tell you to prototype it. So it's already building. So this one is already building. It's building and it's building. Both of them are both building. It's already writing the locations for our website. That's for Lovable here. For my other guy here is asking for this one, this very one that Firebase is creating. It's already asking for Gemini key. Is going to be AI empowered automatically. Are you getting it? It's going to be AI empowered automatically. So as you can see it's using food recommendation.ts. TS here means TypeScript. Okay, and here it's already
TypeScript.
TypeScript. So it's already creating your document
Markdown
for you.
Markdown.
Yes. So yeah, so we are still waiting. Blessing, please give us some time. Okay, so that everybody can really enjoy this section. So I don't know, do I have more battery? Oh, I'm having 18% left on my battery, but let's see how far. So it's the Gemini is working very hard. It's working. Everybody, you can see, it's putting all the French fries, onion rings, chocolates, It's putting everything. So what I want to do here is to see, this one is almost finishing anyways. It's already, because it's already on the footer. So we'll get our website soon. Firebase is also rushing ahead, okay, giving us everything that we need, okay. So 5 more files, 6 more files. They are both working very hard for Wumi at this point, and every one of us. You can see the code writing itself, okay. So this will soon deploy the website for us now, okay. It's already booting, it's already trying to start the live preview, okay. So let's see what it comes up with. By default, this has already, it already used something it already has in its database. You can see in this situation now, we gave this prompt just what I call it zero shot prompting. We're just asking a direct question, do this for us, and that's okay. So okay, so our website is here. Just so Crave Street, so we can, Superbase here is for database connection, okay. So but we don't have time to walk you through. You can see our website is up. Let me try to see if I can open it on a new page. Wumi, if you want to check your code view, that is, if you want to check your code, you can check it from here. Okay. If I try to do that, it's going to take this thing off. So I'm trying to see if, so I want to take it to a new tab. So this is how it's going to look like on a new tab.
Wow.
As you can see, wow. So can you all see?
Yes.
I can see that Rachel is already licking her hands or her fingers. Or is it Mary over there? You can see.
This is nice.
So,
wow.
So it's asking you why it choose us. You can see, telling you some of the branches you they have, then where you can find them, and then from here now, okay, you can start fine tuning. Okay, I don't want this color, put this and that, but we don't have time for that. I think maybe if there's an advanced section, we can actually. Okay, so Gemini also finished with its own. So we're looking at Gemini here.
Okay, so please, I would like to ask.
Interested in this section of this website development by using AI. If there will be opportunity for that for us to go deeper, I will appreciate, because I also want to build a website using an AI.
Who is talking? Wumi or?
Rachel.
Is that Wumi? Oh, Rachel.
Rachel.
Rachel. Okay. So everybody has started talking now when we now saw some of the magic this thing can do, right? Okay, that's fine. But I think here, this guy was in a rush. How will I put it? Gemini, Firebase is in a rush, so he didn't really have time to put all the pictures and all that. But at least Crave Street gave us all the picture. That's from Lovable now. There's another one we call Replicate and things like that. So as you can see, this is some of the magic you can perform with AI. So at the moment, this is even more than introductory class, but it's good that we can see it. Okay, I hope everyone enjoyed the class. Do we all enjoy the class? Let's see your thumbs up and everything.
Yes.
Yes, I'm hearing from only one person. Okay, so I think one of the reasons why Gemini did not put this thing up properly is that it ran into an error But maybe in an advanced class, we can be able to tell it how it's going to fix this error and all that. So I think that's the reason why it didn't come with so many what's it called. So if we put in our Gemini key, it's for an advanced class. I don't want to bug you with so if you want to describe any changes, for example, if I tell it put an image there, I can tell it from here, it will go back, check the mistake, fix it, and then do it properly. Okay, so but this is what we can do here today. I hope everyone enjoyed the class. If you enjoyed the class, let's see thumbs up, let's see a shout out, and while I hand over to Blessing. Well done. Thank you. Okay, is this Rachel? Are you having a question? Oh, okay. Well done. Thank you. Oh, thank you very much, everyone. Thank you so much. So that is that for this section. I would like to hand over to Blessing now, so that she can take the concluding aspects of this webinar. Thank you, everyone,
Okay.
for having me. Yeah.
Thank you so much, sir. Please let's give it up for our guest speaker with a clap, a thumbs up, a heart for him. He has done justice to discuss prompting engineering and leading with curiosity and empathy. Let's give it up for him.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
Okay, so just as a way of recap, this section was amazing. Honestly, I learned a lot. From the beginning, we were told that for us to give a good prompting, at first it might not be correct. We might not get what we need exactly. So at points we might not get what we need at first, but as we keep refining the prompts, we keep getting what we need exactly. Then for the second section, he was talking about leading with curiosity and empathy. And he said, for us to lead people, we need to feel what they feel. And the ability to listen is simply empathy. So for us to solve a problem, we have to understand who the problem is affecting. Then by so doing, we can solve the problem. So this was an amazing section. Thank you so much. So quickly on the chat box, our social media handles are there. Kindly click on it, join. Then we also have a registration link for the next section. I know you don't want to miss the next section. Registration link is there too. And then also there's also a link for our Telegram community. You could also join and express yourself. What was your take home from this section? It's an amazing one so far. So that's all for now. Kindly click on the links, join our LinkedIn community, our Facebook, Instagram, X, and then our Telegram community. Then likewise, you can click on our website to get more info about FTL Africa. Thank you. So you can just click through the chat box now. It's there. If you have done that, you can give me a thumbs up. Let us know we understand today. If you have done that, give me a thumbs up. recordings are going to be shared to us, shared by our